elementary signals are like basic gates, right? You might have studied in the logic design, right? Digital circuits and all. If at all you get those NAND and NOR, you can get any kind of circuit. Or if at all you have 4 basic gates, and or not, XOR, right? If at all you have, and of otherwise NAND or not, if at all you have those gates, you can get any kind of complex circuit for you, right? So similarly, just by having these elementary signals, most of the complex signals can be represented mathematically. Okay, most of the complex means deterministic signals. Okay, most of the deterministic signals can be represented. So once those signals can be represented, they can be stored, and they can be manipulated also with digital uh, logic. Okay, that is the idea. Okay, to be able to represent signals. Okay, any kind of signals, any real world phenomenon, you observe that particular thing, and if at all we are able to represent it in terms of mathematical expressions, it would be cool, so that they can be analyzed on digital machines. Okay, that is the idea. Okay, so let us see what sort of elementary signals do we have. Elementary signals, there are several. Okay, so a sinusoid is an elementary signal. These exponents are elementary signals, and then afterward we will study this okay, some glitch happened there. Okay, now you can listen to me, right? It got disconnected in between. Are you listening? Ihab, can you listen to me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, fine, thank you. Okay, not audible. Got disconnected. Now it's fine. It's okay. Yes. So here, elementary signals. So let us start with the elementary signals. Okay. So we'll, as I told you, let us learn the topics. Let us be curious and learn the topics. All the dots will be joined at the end. Okay. So let's not think much and let us get into it. Okay. So elementary signal, the first type of elementary signal that we are going to study are exponential signal. Okay, so here is an example. A typical template of an exponential signal looks something like this: x of t equal to b into e to the power at. Okay, that's an exponential signal. What is this b, by the way? B is the value at t equal to 0. If at all I substitute here t equal to 0, what am I going to get? Somebody, can you tell me, in this particular expression, if at all I substitute t equal to 0, what do I get? E to the power 0. What is e to the power 0? 1, right?
1.
So when it gets multiplied by b, so that particular thing is the value at origin. Okay, that will be the value at origin. Okay, so you can see, and then there is this a. So as per this expression, if at all a is less than 0, then what's going to happen? This is going to be a decaying exponential. When a is greater than 0, we get a growing exponential. Have you seen anywhere in the labs or any particular cases a growing exponential in your labs, in real world somewhere? Have you seen any growing exponential or a decaying exponential? Can you relate this? Will somebody tell me? Do you remember the the diode equation in diode? How does it happen in diode, by the way? Diode, see the voltage on diode, right? So that was an example of a exponential signal. Okay, a diode, the current through a diode, right? Then that's the breakdown occurring after the cut in voltage. Suddenly it's going to increase, right? That was an example of a growing exponential. Okay, that is an example of a growing exponential. Anywhere a decaying exponential have you seen? Anywhere decaying exponential have you seen? The COVID cases, by the way, nowadays, did you see the way it happened? They simply got it. It was not a linear thing, right? It also, you can see, went on increasing exponentially. Remember in PUC, when we went to write that CET, there was this thing, the bacteria, the way they multiply, they keep on doubling, one doubles, and so, and they said the rate is exponential. Okay, something like that. Okay, the rate is exponential. So here is the template, and shall we try now? Suppose if at all I say x of t is equal to, which one shall I take? Let us see if at all I have a blank screen after this. No, let me have, wait a second. Okay, b into e to the power at is the thing, right? X of t equal to, say if at all I take some 2 into e to the power 0.3 t, 0.3 t. Now if at all I want to plot this particular thing, what we'll do is we'll consider only the right side, then we'll come to left side. Okay. If at all I substitute t equal to 0, okay, poor handwriting, this is e. Okay. This particular thing is, wait a second. Okay. Okay. E to the power 0.3 t. Okay. So how do we calculate this? We will go on substituting t equal to 0, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 1, 2, 3, and so and so. Will somebody tell me? I understand you have your pen and paper. If at all I substitute t equal to 0, what do I get? Will somebody tell me if at all I substitute t equal to 0, what do I get?
2. Answer is 2 because e to the power 0 will be 1.
So
which is
this
why answer
particular
will be 2.
number is the value at t equal to 0. We'll start with 2. At t equal to 1, what do you think we are going to get? At t equal to 1, what do you think we are going to get? Yes, 2, right? Okay, t equal to 1. So you have pen and a paper, right? Do you happen to have calculator with you in your
Yes,
mobile?
sir.
Maybe e to the power 0.3. What is e to the power 0.3? Anybody? Into 2. Of course, you have to multiply it by 2. What number are we getting? What number are we getting?
e to the power 0.3.
0.3.
2.69.
2.69 into 2, right? So e to the power 0.6 is also going to be a bigger number. So what's going to happen is this thing on the right side, you can see from 2, it simply jumped to 5.2 or something. So this is going to increase very, very rapidly on the right side. This is going to increase very, very rapidly on the right side. Okay. So such signals with an e, of course, in the expression are called as exponential signals. Okay. So we can see as in the previous case, this was the A, right? This thing was B. This thing was A. So as I took 0.3, that is greater than 0, we ended up getting a growing exponential. If at all I take an example, x of t equal to something like, once again, 2 into e to the power minus 0.2 t. Can you guess what's going to happen? Minus 0.2 into t. Now what's going to happen? You can see now e to the power minus t is also equal to 2 divided by e to the power 0.2 t, right? Minus 2. Okay. So what's going to happen is, see, this is an exponential term. This one is an exponential term. So constant divided by an exponentially growing thing, 1 divided by constant divided by exponentially growing thing is going to result in a thing which is going to decay exponentially. Okay. We'll start with a constant 2. At 0, it is going to be 2. But then what's going to happen is this is going to decay. This is going to decay. It's not going to go to 0, by the way. It may go to 0 at infinity. But till then, you end up getting some number. Okay. So are we cool? So for a greater than 0, we have a growing exponential. For a less than 0, minus 0.2, an example of a less than 0. What happened? It's a decaying exponential. Now somebody tell me for t equal to minus 1, what's going to happen? For this particular case, for t equal to minus 1, what's going to happen? For t equal to minus 1, what's going to happen? Since
so we are going to get 0.73. That means it is going to reduce.
It is less than 2, right? So what's going to happen is on the right side, wait a second. Okay. So what happened was on the right side, we had a growing exponential. On the left side, we'll have decaying exponential. Okay. For a equal to 0, remember, on the right side we have a growing exponential, on left side we have a decaying exponential. For a less than 0, on the right side we have a decaying exponential, whereas on the right side, the left side, we have a growing exponential. Okay. So are we cool? Now, if at all I say here exclusively t is greater than or equal to 0, that means I am not going to consider the values in the past at all. Chodo kal ki baatein. I am not interested. What's going to happen in future? Okay, if at all I ask, then I would say for a greater than 0, growing exponential, a less than 0, decaying exponential. But if at all you see this past values, then on the left side, for a greater than 0, it's a decaying exponential. And for a greater than 0, sorry, less than 0, it's a growing exponential also. Okay. So that was about exponential signals in continuous. Will somebody tell me for t equal to 0, what's going to happen? Sorry, for a equal to 0, what's going to happen?
What? A is equals to 0.
Equal to 0, what's going to happen? What sort of curve do I get? For a equal to 0, what am I going to get? Will somebody give a try? For a equal to 0.
So we are going to get at 0 only, no?
We are going to get?
Straight
At
line.
point 0 itself,
It's a straight line, right? It's a constant, right? 2 into e to the power 0 into anything. It's going to be 1 only. So we are going to get a straight line whose amplitude will be equal to b. Okay, whose amplitude is going to be equal to b. On left side also, on right side also. Okay, so that was about the exponential. Now let us go back how things change in case of discrete time. Okay. So this was convincing. Now let us see an example. What author quotes is a behavior of a lossy capacitor. We studied this, right? Real world example, I would say e to the power I equal to I naught e to the power t by RC, those kind of things. You might have studied that the current equation I equal to I naught, I equal to, remember that I equal to I naught e to the power V by eta Vt, I naught e to the power E by eta Vt, something like this, right? The diode current equation. That was an example of exponential. You can see here a lossy capacitor. Do you know what is a lossy capacitor thing? If at all I connect this particular capacitor, say to a 5 volt supply. Say I connect this capacitor to a 5 volt supply initially. Then afterwards, say I have a switch here. Say I have a switch here initially. Then I simply connect it and then I open the switch. Okay, connect 5 volts. Okay, then what's going to happen is capacitor initially is going to charge to 5 volts, right? Capacitor is short for DC initially, so it charges. Then afterwards, when this switch is open, then what's going to happen? This capacitor is slowly going to discharge to this particular resistance. So initially it starts, then afterwards slowly the voltage across the capacitor is going to come down, right? So that is a real world example. So what is the intention of this examples is whatever we are studying here is not some cock and bull story, but these things actually happen in your lab. These things actually happen in real world. Okay. So that was about a what is this exponential signal. An RC circuit is a example. A lossy capacitor is a example. Now let us see what's the deal with the discrete time. How things are going to change in discrete time. Now let us see how things are going to change in discrete time. Okay, see here, what is the template here? X of n equal to b into r to the power n. Okay, let us now to the whiteboard and try to understand what's going to happen here. B into r to the power n. Okay. Wait a second. X of n equal to, the figures are here, equal to b into, remember e is missing here, b into r to the power n. Okay, b into r to the power n. Okay. This is the expression. Okay, this is the expression. So which is this particular case, by the way? So when n is equal to 0, what will be x of n? When n equal to 0, what will be x of n? Let me take you to whiteboard once again. So we are on a whiteboard. X of n equal to b into, oh, very difficult, b equal to r to the power n. Let us say I have an expression x of n equal to something like 3, not 3, 3 into 0.5 to the power n. Let us take 3 cases. T equal to 0.5 to the power n. This is the first expression, x of n. Now let me take also 3 into 1.5 to the power n. Okay, okay. Let me take it simple. Wait a second. Not 1.5. I will take 3 into 2 to the power n. 2 to the power n is cool. 2 to the power n. 3 into 2 to the power n. This is my second expression. 2 to the power n. Okay. Then the third expression I will write here is x of n equal to what should I say? 2 into minus 0.5 to the power n. I will take 2 into minus 0.5 to the power n. I will take. Now what you have to do is take your calculator and start guessing how the shape is going to be. The first expression. Let us now bother about the first expression. Okay, x of n equal to 3 into 0.5 to the power n. Okay, this is the one we are talking about now. Now, can you tell me for n equal to 0, what do I get? For n equal to 0, what do we get
3.
here?
So we are going to get 3.
Okay, for n equal to 0, it is 3. Cool. For n equal to 1, what do we get?
1.5.
1.5.
1.5. More than n or less than n? Less than n, right? Less than 3, right? 1.5. For n equal to 2. For n equal to 2. Nutan, Shreya, everybody can answer. Okay.
0.75.
0.75.
Everybody give it away. Everybody yell out. Okay. Yes. So it's going to be for n equal to 2, it's going to be 0.75, 1.5. For n equal to 3, n equal to 2, n equal to 3.
0.375.
Okay. So are we getting what I'm trying to say here? So I am trying
Yes,
to
sir.
say the amplitudes, it's going to decay exponentially. This is discrete time. So I will not be drawing line, but the envelope is something similar, right? Its envelope is going to be a decaying exponential on the right side, I would say. What is this case? This is a case where my constant is less than 1. Okay, the constant is less than 1. Okay. Can you guess on for this second signal what's going to happen? Now see here.
Yes, sir.
Greater than 1, it's a 2. Okay. So 2 to the power 0, 1, 2 to the power 1, 2, 2 to the power 2, 4, 2 to the power 3, 8, 16, 32. Oh God. So this is going to be a growing exponential. This is going to be a growing exponential. So can you classify now? Earlier we had an A, right? Now instead of A, we have this R. So what do we say? For R less than 1, we have a decaying exponential. For R greater than 1, we have a growing exponential. What about the left side, by the way? What about left side? See,
Sir,
for this
here
part,
it will
0.5 to
be
the power minus 1. What is 0.5 to the power minus 1? Somebody?
sir, it's going to
It will be-
minus 1.5.
0.5 to the power minus 1 is how much?
3 minus 1.5.
1 divided by 0.5, 2, right? Then 4, 6, 8 into 3. So it is going to grow exponentially, I would say, on the right side. Okay. So I should have drawn those, sticks only. Okay. I have just shown you I have joined the line, but it is a discrete time. Okay. Earlier, the thing with A and E, that was continuous time. This is discrete time. Okay. Now here, what's going to happen on the left side? We are going to have a decaying exponential on the left side. Now see here, what is this third case? This third case seems very interesting. 2 into 0.5 to the power n. Okay. So will you tell me now at n equal to 0, what's the value?
2.
2. n equal to 1, what's the value?
1.
Take your time.
1.
For n equal to 1, what's the value?
-1.
It is
1.
-1, right? It is -1. N equal to 3. Sorry, n equal to 2. N equal to 2. 0.5 to the power 2 is how much? 0.5 to the power 2 is how much?
So 0.5.
25. 0.25. 0.25 into
0.5.
going to be
Sir, 0.5 answer.
0.5 to the
0.5 is the answer.
plus 0.5, then minus 0.125 or minus 0.25, then plus. Are you getting this thing?
Sir,
What's going to happen here?
no, sir. How is it going to be minus? Is it minus 0.25, 0.5?
Yes, sorry. Now this is better. It's minus 0.5 to
Yeah,
the
sir.
power
It was not.
n. Okay.
Okay, sir.
There was a minus sign, sorry. Okay. Are you getting now what's going to happen? Now, if at all it
Yes,
is
sir.
greater than 1, it's a growing constant exponential. Less than 1, it's a decaying exponential. But what's going to happen is for every alternate signal, the sign is going to change. Okay. The sign is going to change. Okay. So it's going to be something like this. Okay. On the right side, or it can be something like this maybe, but there is alternate change in the signs. So this is how a discrete time is different from continuous time. So we have to draw it here, r greater than 1. So I will fine tune this. So this first case, what we had, a growing decaying exponential, was when my r was greater than 0 but less than 1. The second case, see here, greater than 0 came suddenly. Okay, between 0 to 1, 3 levels are there. So the second case is for r greater than 1. This case is when r is less than 0. Okay, so the numbers were something like, if at all I have all negative numbers, I am going to get alternate change in signs. For numbers greater than 0 but less than 1, I am going to get decaying exponential. For numbers greater than 1 altogether, I am going to get a growing exponential. Okay, got this particular thing? Are you getting the difference between the continuous time exponential and discrete time exponential? There is no e here. There is this constant r and there is an n over it. Okay, got this thing? So this was what was that thing? What was the classification we are talking about? This was about the exponential signals. Okay, this was about the exponential signal. Now let us see what is the next classification. Now let us see what is the next classification. You can see here, this is what the author was talking about. You can see there, here is 0. Okay, you can see this is the place where there is 0. Right side decaying, left side growing. Okay, here right side growing, left side decaying. Okay, right side going, left side decaying. Okay, now that was about exponential signal. Okay, that was about exponential signal. Now let us go to the next classification, that is sinusoidal signals. The next classification is sinusoidal signal. Sorry, not classification. What is it, by the way? Next, elementary signal. The next elementary signal is a sinusoidal signal. So what are sinusoids, by the way? Sinusoids are like this. You know, we studied this in our physics, right? A cos omega t. Omega is also equal to 2 pi f, right? That's also the way we have studied. So where period of the signals, all sinusoids, remember, all continuous time sinusoids are always periodic. Okay, all continuous times are signals are always periodic with some period equal to capital T. Capital T is this particular period after which the same pattern repeat. Okay, it's the smallest time interval after which the same amplitude pattern repeats. Okay, you can see here the condition has been taken. Okay, so if at all I say after some time interval t, if x of t plus t should be equal to x of t, what is the required condition? The required condition, you can see, is that that particular t has to be equal to 2 pi. Okay, that particular t into omega should be equal to 2 pi. Remember, we did this exercise earlier when we were studying periodic signals. Okay. So from this particular equality only, this expression for period has been taken. This expression for period has been taken. Okay. That's about sinusoidal signals. That's about sinusoidal signals. So what's going to happen in discrete time, by the way? How it's going to be different in discrete time? Can you give me an example in a real world scenario where we have seen a sinusoid? Can you give any real world example of a sinusoidal signal? Can you give an example of a sinusoidal signal?
Sine wave.
A sine wave. Sine wave is an example of a sinusoidal signal. What is the frequency of a sine wave? Which sine wave have you seen? Where have you seen? Real world example, I said. Real world example.
AC signal. AC
AC
signal.
signal, right? Our electricity. Okay. What is the frequency of electric signals, by the way?
50 hertz.
Huh?
50 hertz.
50 hertz,
50
right?
hertz.
See, it is here. It's a 230 volt, 50 hertz thing. Okay, 230 volt, 50 hertz thing. So what will be the period of that particular thing? What will be the time period? So the relation is omega is equal to 2 pi into f. Okay, this is the angular frequency. Okay, this is the frequency in hertz. This omega equal to the frequency in radians. Okay, so we better stick to omega or 2 pi f as per our convenience. Okay, as per our convenience. So what will be the time period of a 50 hertz signal? 1 divided by 50. 1 divided by 50. By the way, can you tell me what is the amplitude of a 230 or 50 hertz signal? Can you tell me what is the amplitude? Do we know? The sinusoidal voltage, the power that comes to your home through the electricity board, will somebody tell me what is its amplitude? What is its amplitude? Will somebody tell me?
Sir, like the voice is distorted.
Oh, is it? Okay, okay. Now,
Okay, sir. So the question was?
the amplitude, will you tell me the amplitude of the supply that is coming to your home?
115 volts.
Huh?
So I don't know about, we never learned about the amplitude. We just knew that
Not try
230
to
volts
put
and
your
50
hands
hertz.
in that, sockets and all. Okay, but you are done first year, right? Basic electrical. Be curious. What is it? Yeah, Ihab, what do you say? Somebody.
150.
Sir, we didn't study basic electrical.
You didn't study in that was school. Yeah, somebody. Vasudev.
150 volts.
Huh? What is the voltage
100.
supply that is coming to your home? Darshan. Furkan knows this.
Sir, 230 volts, the one which is coming at our home.
230 volt, right? What is this 230 volt thing, by the way? What is that 230 volt thing? What is that
So 230 volt and 50 hertz is a standard
50.
Indian
Call it
current.
230 volt and 50 hertz. Now, I don't know why somebody was telling 110, 115 and all. Right? It's written
Sir, no, sir.
everywhere. Have you seen in your classroom? by
Yeah,
the way?
sir.
Big switch, 230 volt, 50 hertz. So what is that 230 volt, by the way? Are you telling it is 230 volt peak to peak?
It is peak to peak.
Is it
The peak
230
to
volt?
peak.
Huh?
Peak to peak, no,
Yes.
sir?
Is it so? Somebody,
Yes.
somebody.
Sir, I think it is peak to peak.
Huh?
Sir, I think it is peak to peak.
Furkan, Madhav, Nutan and Shreya. Somebody tell me, Vasudev, somebody tell me, are you telling me that it's 230 volt peak to peak? Or 230 volt on one side, this side also 230, and this is minus 230? Is it something like this? There is an answer. Peak to peak by Vasudev. Be curious today. Why this is happening, by the way? You didn't study these things in electrical sciences?
So during electrical,
it is
we
lockdown
were
thing,
promoted
right?
and
Okay.
we didn't get classes also.
Google this thing. You should be curious. Do you know what is RMS voltage and what is peak voltage?
Yes, root mean square. Root mean square.
Yes, there is something called as RMS, and then there is something called as
VRMS.
okay. So I want you to know, investigate, what is this 230? Is it the RMS thing or the peak to peak thing? Okay. Just be curious. The moment the class ends, you all just Google the thing. Okay. Google the thing. Okay. What sort of supply are you going to get? Just be curious and explore. Okay. So this is usually, I think it is, this is RMS value. Okay. The peak value is, I think, something into root 2. I think you have to do. Into root 2 means 1.44. 230 into 1.44. What's that number? It's a big number, right?
So it is RMS value. I checked.
This is RMS value. Okay. The
RMS
value
value.
is different. Okay. So that particular A thing that goes in that particular expression, that is the peak value. Okay. A cos 2 pi FCT. If at all I say, wait a second, let me take you back to that particular expression here. This here. Okay. This particular thing is the maximum value that the x of t can attain. This is not the RMS value. Okay. So when you say 230 volt, this A is not 230. This is the peak value. Okay. 230 into root 2 usually. Be curious and explore. Okay. By the way, t equal to the period, and 1 by period is the frequency. 1 by period usually is the frequency. Okay. Let us see if at all we have any examples. Okay. The usual cases, by the way. Any other, have you seen any, studied any device which can generate a sinusoid, by the way? Have you studied any device that can generate sinusoids?
Yes, sir. Function generator in the lab. We had function generator.
in the lab, right?
Lab.
That can be. Any other
Yes, sir.
circuit, by the way? Any other circuit? Function generator.
Sir, in that ECG
Oscillator.
also,
Yeah.
when some
Oscillator.
Oscillators, right? You studied basic electronics. Okay. You did not study electrical sciences. Basic electronics, there was this thing, right? LC oscillator. Remember this particular thing? Oh, you read from the screen only. This is the thing. Okay. An LC oscillator. The capacitor discharges, inductor charges, inductor discharges, capacitor charges, and so things go on like this. And you end up getting a sinusoidal wave. Okay. Let me send you the link. Okay. I will send you the link. Quickly join. Okay. I'll end this.